Oil was first discovered in Oloibiri, Bayelsa State. Many Nigerians are yet to reap the full benefits of the country's petroleum wealth, a phenomenon popularly known as resource curse. A major flaw of the Nigerian oil and gas industry is the fact that most of its laws are obsolete and do not conform with international standards. In a bid to reform the industry, government under President Obasanjo set up the Oil and Gas Sector Reform Implementation Committee in the year 2000. The Petroleum Industry Bill is a fallout of that committee.
It will give us a clearer, more transparent framework. We will have agencies that are functional, agencies that can do that which they have been established to do, that have got clearly defined guidelines, and we will be able to administer and enforce all the different provisions.
If this bill is passed into law, it will lead to the restructuring of the entire oil sector and then make the oil sector work for the people instead of working against the people.
Initial restiveness in the oil-producing Niger Delta is attributed to poor community relations. Experts say the Petroleum Industry Bill must address this issue.
Indeed, it must do that. Without it, it's all a waste of time. The business of building communities is the business of government and the community. The companies, socially responsible citizens, must be engaged, but government has a primary responsibility of applying the tax revenues that do come to making society a better place for all.
The executive has championed the reform by presenting the bill to the legislature. The bill, which has gone past the first reading at the upper and lower chambers of the National Assembly, is expected to go through a second reading and public hearing before it is passed into law.
Good thing about it is that it's trying to abrogate a lot of the laws which we've had, in Nigeria over time, which really are not in consonance with the best practice in the oil industries in the world. It's also an ambitious law because it's now trying to put all of the laws governing the oil industry into one bill. And my personal opinion is that as good as that might be, it might not really be a practical thing. But then,
even if the Petroleum Industry Bill is passed into law and Nigeria's oil and gas industry becomes more functional, global trends suggest that Nigeria needs to diversify into agriculture and other viable sources of income as demand for oil declines steadily. Omotola-Aderinsola for AIT News.